Good Thursday morning, everyone. Welcome back. You're watching the Kaiser Report. I'm John, coming to you today with a few things to talk about. I guess everyone was happy yesterday that I ran into, with very few exceptions. There was a smile on a lot of faces, which was good to see after all the time spent with everybody in a very, very nervous state over which way this country was going to go, which regime was going to take over. Will it continue the same? Will we get more people through the border? Will it cost us more to live? And will our taxes increase exponentially? Well, we know the results now. The red wave, I guess, has hit, and a lot of people are chagrined. And we're going to show you a couple of funny things here today, but that will be the end of the Kaiser Report, talking about things that have been. And we're going to unburden ourselves from all of those things that have been annoying and that we had to pray so hard to overcome. And we have overcome that now. So in the words of a former candidate, let me just say this. We're entering into a new golden age, unburdened by the Kamala Harris. So with that, take a look here and tell me what you think afterwards. Now, I thought that was enough for today, but quite possibly before I end this broadcast today, we'll get one more. But we'll see how that goes. And we're over and done with all of the worry, and we're going to move forward with unity. And everyone, including Kamala Harris in her concession speech yesterday, did mention that unity is a very important thing for us to be looking forward to in making this transition from one from one administration to the new administration. The new administration is being welcomed to the White House by Joe Biden. He's asked for President to come by, and I think that may happen as early as today. So stay tuned to your YouTube channels here. We'll carry it. or the Tucker Carlson show will carry it, and places of that nature. I'm not sure that legacy media is going to get over the shock and awe of all of what took place on Tuesday here when they heard all of America's voices come out in unison and say, this is what we want. And we're moving forward with that from that day on, and we should do it in peace and in harmony and in unity. So for all of you that you'll see in a film a little later on down the line here, you'll see that a lot of people have gone a little nutty, and they're screaming and hollering. They need to bring it down a notch and understand that they can be part of rebuilding what has been lost. No one is coming for your rights anymore. No one is going to put you in jail. No one is going to do harm to you. We're going to rebuild the country according to the Constitution that was inspired by God to keep this country a cut above every place else in the world, and it has worked for centuries so far, and we're going to bring it back to that, and no one will be harmed in the making of this new regime.
Yeah.
There's some brilliant minds that are part of this, or have been part of this election, that will continue on, in my hope of hopes, with the new cabinet that will be put together as far as getting the budget balanced, getting the tax cuts that are necessary, and bringing manufacturing back to this country. We all have suffered through the way that they have taken manufacturing out of this country, sent it here and there and every other where, but we don't have the quality and the quality assurance coming out of some of these things. If you've purchased recently, like I have, a major appliance and had it last just a scant 2 years before breaking down, and when you call them one day out of their supposed warranty, they tell you that you're out of warranty. And I'm talking about an oven range that we purchased, and I'm not going to mention the manufacturer's name, but they tell you that life is good. Let's go with that. And it was a piece of junk, and the oven gave up within 2 years, one day after the warranty ran out, more than likely. And we had to go out and purchase a new oven range. And this happens right before Thanksgiving, and that's hard to believe. And if you want parts for these things, there's transportation problems. They can't get the part from China or from Taiwan or Vietnam, wherever these things are being manufactured now. They're not doing a good job with quality control. So if we can bring these manufacturers back into the continental United States and put our people back to work, and we have an awful lot of people that are factory workers that have been either out of a job since COVID, or since their company picked up and moved to Mexico or one of these Asian countries, we should bring that back, get people gainfully employed again. And then, of course, we have the border situation that this administration will try to get a handle on and get these, the bad actors that came through are the first ones that should be picked up and put back where they came from. We don't want murderers. We don't want people that are rapists. And we don't want people that are gang members taking over our cities, especially our major cities such as New York, LA, San Francisco, Chicago. It's happening. It's true. Mainstream media tries to paint a picture that is completely different than what was really happening in the real world. And people are just not buying into that anymore, and they decided to vote accordingly. So no one is going to come after you. No one's going to take your rights. And no, we don't have a dictator. We have a president that had shown us 4 years of presidency prior to taking or being reelected in November 5th here. And we know where we're going to go with this, where we'll prosper one more time. We'll have American-built cars again. We'll have American-built appliances and things of that nature, and we're going to move forward with the future, which is AI and space exploration, that we have a perfect person that is a integral part, I believe will be an integral part of this administration, Mr. Elon Musk, who in my mind is a genius when it comes to rocketry and electric cars and things of that nature. There is no problem in owning an electric vehicle if you have the wherewithal to have a charging station and you're not required to drive 500 and 600 miles at a clip. And if you like an electric car, God bless you, go get one. Tesla sure makes some good ones. The stock market has reacted yesterday to the election results, which was quite telling, if nothing else.
I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
The mainstream media moguls and talking heads have lost their minds, and I think you just saw a little of that. And if you're watching Morning Joe and Mika and Rachel Maddow, you'll see that there's the happiness has left the building, folks. It's not the way they thought it was going to go. It is not the way they tried to make it go, which that is not their job. If you want to talk about mainstream media, you should be dealing with journalists, not opinion makers, and certainly not people that will lie to you and then bring on somebody like Al Sharpton to tell you that it was all racist. The whole election was racist. Now, he has been a race baiter for his entire life, and if you don't remember back to when he was caught doing some really bad things with lies about racism, and now he's been, exalted by MSNBC and Joe Scarborough to be somebody that you should pay attention to.
What?
I don't think so, but you be the judge. So we're going to move forward with some good things happening. I see and talked to people yesterday all day long with smiles on their faces and hope in their hearts, and prayed very, very hard prior to this election for the outcome, and they feel that their prayers were answered, and so do I. Without a doubt, prayer is a strong, strong elixir to get you through and understand that there is a God, God is listening, and God is guiding, and this is what makes this nation the best and most sought-after nation in the world to be living in today. And this is why you have another entire caravan of people trying to get into this nation. And yes, we need to do that legally. They need to be processed. And the gentleman told me yesterday said, John, have you looked at the process that Ellis Island went through in the major influx of immigrants that we had in the early 1900s, and how many they processed a day and put through into becoming citizens, and why can't that happen today? They do not want that to happen today, and it has nothing to do with we don't have enough agents at the border to process the paperwork. Yes, we do. We live in a day and age now compared to Ellis Island that is unbelievable at the speed of these computers that can be used to do everything from a background check to assigning a judge and a instant hearing. So don't tell me it can't be done when they can process 25,000 people a day at Ellis Island with none of that technology available to them. Why is it that we cannot process the 2,500 people that they're claiming are coming across to seek asylum and seek whatever? Not to mention the fact that they're still swimming across, they're still crashing through gates, they're invading our country. It has been a 3 3/4 year invasion of the United States of America by people who have not been vetted and not been checked out and provided transportation, provided in some cases housing, and provided meals and checks and whatever they need, including a cell phone. It's not right, and it doesn't make any sense. But that's going to stop now. And I can't wait for January when that can be addressed in a proper fashion. And I don't believe that they're going to round up 20 million people and deport them, but they will be looking into the background of these 20 million people, and the ones that have bad intent or the ones that have criminal records and are undesirable for our population to absorb will be sent home. And I think that is a fair and balanced way to do it. And I'm hoping and praying that that's how it is handled. But we have to shut the border down, zip it closed until we get a handle on how we are going to move forward with this particular problem.
Nip it in the bud.
Enough said about that. We all know and we all worry for our safety. In some cases in these inner cities, where young women have been killed or raped or worse. We have to get hold of this. The fact that we have no bail and perpetrators in New York are arrested and back out on the street within hours with no bail and get into a car and go to a different state, and they're not going to show up for their court date, and we know this. And it's been allowed to happen, and the governor of New York, I fault her for most of that. That's Hochul. And the mayor of New York City is Adams, and he has a hand in this as well. The AG in New York City spent millions of dollars to go after Donald Trump to keep him from running for election in a phony trial, while he should have been looking out for New York City citizens that have been harmed, New York City businesses that have had to close their doors, or in worse cases, the drugstores that you can't buy a razor blade or a can of shaving cream without getting someone to open a locked cabinet for you. And this is a direct result of the lawlessness that has taken place in the defunding and the handcuffing of the police department, not only in New York City, but around this country. And there's a reason we have a recruitment problem for firemen and policemen in these cities, because they don't want to live like that. They don't want to go out and do a dangerous job and then have the perpetrator released in front of their very eyes that they took the time and the effort to bring to justice. Enough said about that. I hope you're all looking forward to a great weekend coming up. It's Thursday. And if you're in the market for something for the barbecue this weekend, or just to put out a beautiful family meal on Sunday, you owe it to yourself to get out or give a call to our sponsor here, Lazy J Farms and Butcher Shop, and get some of the best meats you'll ever taste. And if you're a beef lover, he has a blonde Aquitaine cattle that is delicious, far beyond anything that you're going to find at the supermarket or Kobe or any of this other fancy beef that they're trying to give you that has antibiotics and growth hormones and all of that junk in it. His does not. It's locally raised on his farm here in Tennessee, and then taken to his butcher shop in Kingsport, Tennessee, where it is cut to order and shipped to you, or you can call in an order if you're local and pick it up. And you can reach them in Kingsport, Tennessee at 423-398-5595. That's 423-398-5595. Ask for Butch the Butcher, and they'll put you through to him. And if you want an 1 3/4 steak or 2-inch steak, if you call on Wednesday or early enough on today, on Thursday, he'll cut it and they'll ship it to you, or you can pick it up later on and you'll have it. His prime rib is to die for, and he'll cut that for you no matter how many bones you need. For a large family or a small family, he'll take care of you. Their chicken products are to die for. I have never had such fresh and juicy chicken in my life. They make their own hot dogs with no fillers, wonderful hot dogs for the grill. They have the Chicago-style hot dogs, which are a little thicker, and then the regular hot dogs. Their cheese is wonderful. It's American cheese without the plastic taste. It's real cheese. You can get your eggs there, and so on and so on, but their pork products are outstanding. The pork ribs, the baby back ribs, the pork loins, the pork butts, anything you can think of is fresh and wonderful, less fat, and it's enjoyable.
Get in my belly!
So give Butch a call, and don't forget to tell him Kaiser sent you, and you'll get a good deal. So one more time, that's Lazy J Farms, and you'll see at the end of this video, I'll run their ad for you in case you forgot. It's 423-398-5595, and they're located in 2204 Bloomingdale Road in Kingsport, Kingsport, Tennessee. And they're there today, tomorrow, and Saturday. They're closed on Wednesday, but you can call or an order in on Wednesday. That's usually when they're cutting the sides and getting ready for the weekend. So don't forget, if you're hungry, Lazy J Farms and Butcher Shop is the place to be. Kaiser and I will be going there this afternoon, and I may just go ahead and shoot some film and get their opinion on the election, and we'll run that in tomorrow's program. So I'm hoping that everyone is settled down and either happy, and for those of you that voted for the other side that lost, God bless you, and it will be okay. We just have to get unified as a population and understand that we need to help one another out, not fight against anything, not fight against race, not fight against who voted for what. It is unity, and that is the new mantra here. Unify America one more time. And if we all can learn to get along with each other and not look down upon one another and pray every day to the Lord Almighty for peace in this world and peace across this country, it will come to us. If you send out positive vibes from yourself, if you smile at an individual rather than frown, you'll get a smile back, and you'll get vibes back that are just as equal to what you're putting out. So be nice and show love to people, not disdain, not hate, not division, because we shouldn't be divided, because a divided country will fall. A united country will stand the test of time and stand the line against everyone that doesn't want to see us succeed. So unify and pray for peace, and peace will come. There's always been wars. There's always been conflict throughout this world. It is a big, wide world full of different opinions and different outlooks on everything, but we can overcome this. Just look at what happened this Tuesday, and that should tell you that people are woke up and people are realizing this is not the kind of life that we signed on for in this Constitution and in this republic. We're going to go back to what really matters.
But we like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work is joyful work. And make no mistake, we will win.
Feeling life is but a joke. But you and I,
that arc of the moral universe bending towards justice. I know it will. So if we win Georgia, when we win Georgia, when we win.
Look, it is humbling. It's a privilege. It's surreal. I think what I'm most excited about in this moment is it's clear we're going to win in November.
Don't bet on it.
I almost every night, in addition to my prayers, will ask, have I done everything I could do today? This is a margin of error race. It's tight. I'm going to win. I'm going to win.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
So we have a holiday coming up on Monday, this coming Monday. The schools will be closed. I'm not sure about the banks and post office, but it's called Veterans Day. And Veterans Day is, in case you don't realize, was in 1918 when the armistice was signed in the end of World War I. They decided to call that Armistice Day. And back in 1954, they changed the name from Armistice Day to Veterans Day to honor the rest of the people from World War II, the Korean War, and now, of course, the Vietnam War and the Enduring Freedom people, and on and on. So hang your head and say a prayer for all of the people who sacrificed to keep this country the way it is, that we can have a pure and peaceful election, and that we're not fighting amongst each other. So many people gave their life, and in some cases their entire livelihoods, to protect this country. And this is the veterans of the United States of America, and it's their day. So let's have a day of peace. And if you can find one of these stores that has the fellow outside selling the little poppies, get one, wear it, and thank a veteran for their service on this day of days that honor them. And God bless you all, and we wish you today a very happy Thursday. We have been blessed with some beautiful warm weather. We actually went out to a restaurant last night and got to sit outside in 75-degree weather. Had a beautiful meal, and we went to a place in Bristol, Tennessee called J. Frank's, which is one of my favorite restaurants in the area. And go there and try them out if you're in town. They put out a wonderful meal. It is a restaurant that is a very much higher caliber restaurant than most. So go in there, and if you see the owner, Jason, say Kaiser sent you, and you might even get a cocktail. With that, let's go on to maybe look at another closing video here for you. But we're going to, as I said earlier, be on our way to the butcher shop here shortly and pick up some things for the weekend here. I have a huge rack of ribs that I've gotten from them a couple of weeks ago that I have out defrosting now, and I'll slow cook those for tomorrow's meal. And I hope that I'll get a picture of it before everybody dives into it and show it to you. And not a whole lot more to talk about. I have been through some of the YouTube channels this morning of clips of different pundits that are out there giving their opinion on the election, of course. And Fox News has put out some pretty good things. And again, the conciliatory speech that she made yesterday, that she kind of plagiarized from some of her campaign speeches. But that's to be expected, and I thought she did a good job. And God bless her and her future endeavors. Is not a person that I dislike. I just didn't think she was up for the job, basically. And I didn't like the way that there was not another primary held to give an opportunity to other people that are in the Democratic Party that may have done a little better on the campaign trail. You just cannot appoint somebody that has no votes and expect the entire population to go along with that. And I think therein lies the failure of the campaign that she ran.
Hope your day gets better. Positive energy.
If you've lost faith in humanity, and this is your villain origin story, if you've lost faith in humanity, clap your hands.
They don't deserve to teach a woman for the next 4 years. So, hope you got that through, guys.
Drum one, and we couldn't do nothing about it. And that's it.
4 years of a majority Senate, of a majority House, most likely 7-2 Supreme Court, a red president.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds awesome.
All right, guys, it's time to go to bed. None of us are stressed about the election, right? We all are gonna just go have the best night's sleep of our lives, aren't we?
It'll be interesting to see what Joe Biden has to say today, if anything, and if Trump has a good visit there with him at the White House, and we'll go from there. But I'm looking forward with a positive, happy attitude for the future of the United States of America and the future party that is going to come in and change things back and save this democracy along with our republic. No one is going to take anything away. Everything is going to be all right. And with that, I'm going to say to you, stay safe, stay strong, and stay with the Kaiser Report every day for your commentary and news. God bless you all, and I want you to have a wonderful, wonderful rest of this Thursday. Bye-bye now.
Lazy J Farms has been raising the finest cattle and all-natural pork for 3 generations on the family farm in Fall Branch. Their blonde Aquitaine herd offers a leaner, healthier, and more tasteful beef. And the butcher shop is local, farm to table, and 100% authentic. This is the way your grandfather shot for me, with steaks cut to order, quality assured, and ready to ship to your door. Open Thursday through Saturday on Bloomingdale Road in Kingsport. Come see us.